when I'm measuring out floor cleaner. Yeah. Two cupfuls of floor cleaner to the N times whatever. What's the nth value? And no one cares.
No, usually it was to work out rate parity on disk drives. Yeah, because I'm cool.
Oh, you are totally cool. Now tell me about this thing with the Sambuca and
Oh,
waking up in
no, it's not
the
Sambuca.
boot.
Tequila. No, the Sambuca was another time.
Tequila.
The tequila.
Oh, well, then you get to tell me both. Tell me both. I want to know.
It was about 20 years ago, so some of the details are a bit fuzzy. So
Shocker.
damn it, I can't remember it. I think I was out. It was definitely Reading. It was in Reading. I parked up in TGI, the old TGI Fridays car park, because I used to work there. And
Was that the show with Chris Evans?
no, TGI Fridays, the restaurant. No, not TFI Fridays.
I honestly didn't know it was a
TGI
restaurant.
Fridays.
I never knew that.
No? Oh, okay. Anyway, went into town, got tanked on tequila. I think we're just doing that kind of the whole, lemon and salt thing. Anyway, it gets a bit blurry.
Oh, a slammer, yeah.
Slammers in. It gets a bit blurry. I wake up the next morning. I don't know where I am exactly. It's just sort of dark. Anyway, fortunately, it is one of those. It's had Bluebirds. You've got the kind of parcel shelf.
Oh, yeah, in the middle, yeah.
You shot the boot.
Yeah, I think what happened was I thought to myself once upon a time that actually, if I go to sleep in the car, I don't want to be seen behind the wheel. So I think my drunken logic, I went, okay, I will put myself in the boot. No one will find me there, therefore it'll be okay.
I'm curious. Was it comfortable? Were you warm?
No, I don't think I will do it again. But I think if I put a blanket in there, it might have been acceptable. But this is sort of
Do a meet up with like you guys. You're getting drunk and you're going to wake up in a boot of a car, but it's going to be a Mini Cooper this time.
I got a Mini Cooper. No way, you'd never get me in a boot of that.
You can barely get people in the back of it.
I will. I will. You're just going to need a wheelchair.
You'd have to remove
You've
my
got
arms
one
and
of them.
legs.
We have a spare one too, oddly enough. Not a cool one either. Although it's very useful in the shower when you're feeling lazy. You just put it there and put the brakes on, just sit down. Done. Very refreshing.
Do you see Arate's video earlier? I'm bored of Arate Bear's video earlier.
Oh yeah. He talks about bored of SJW and feminist content. He does flip flop. This isn't a dig at him, because he talks to me frequently whenever he's feeling a bit down. But he does flip flop quite a bit.
He looked.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he flip flopped.
His eyes were a bit.
He did look a bit. He was a bit. He was. I think he was half cut. It wouldn't surprise me that in a couple of days that video disappears and because he does like Ponage doing that kind of stuff. I know he likes to create more new channels, but obviously he's realised he can't just keep doing that. He's got a channel; it's a big platform for us. For this, he can use that to develop something else if he wants. To retain the audience, if he wants to, he'll have to put out videos that they are familiar with. Because not all are going to be interested in watching.
He could diversify. I don't think he has. I wouldn't have a problem with him diversifying into gaming and other stuff.
Oh no, I don't either. I just don't think. I don't think the core audience will stick around for it. He'll have to build a new audience, which isn't a bad thing.
No. Well,
and I did say to him if he wanted, he should stream more often. He's pretty good at holding a conversation.
I've never actually watched one of his streams.
He was doing this thing, I Rate Bear and Friends, and it's because he got it from me, from this channel name, in fact. I told him about it.
You should have got some.
I told him I didn't mind
reparations for
the
that.
name. I don't own the right. I don't royalty checks, please. I don't own the the deed to and Friends, do I? So I didn't mind. I thought it was a good idea, but he's not been keeping on top of that.
Must be a good way, because I mean,
which is a
So
shame.
you can get if you get the super chats and stuff. That's got to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, like last night, I didn't even know, I noticed there were people donating. I'm like, why are you donating to a stream where I am really? That's all it is. Just a group. I just dropped the link on Discord. That's all I did.
Apparently,
They do it on
people
your
are
main
bored.
channel. Did you do it on your main
Yeah,
channel?
it was on
then?
the main channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it on the main channel because I just thought, why not? And yeah, people donated. And I just didn't.
Apparently, people liked it for no reason.
No one likes that. It was. Oh, I don't even know what we were talking about.
I think it degenerated into talking about comic book character genitalia.
Oh my god, yeah, the Thing and Hulk. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
fucking
Was it-
hell.
In what with fashion was it? Strength and girth or what?
Talking about like I don't know, sucking the gamma out of Hulk's cock, or sucking who would win in a sword fight? I guess the Hulk's cock or the Thing's rock hard rock cock.
About Superman.
Well, they did a DC Marvel. Do you remember the DC Marvel Wars thing? And the fans got to vote
Civil
who
War.
would win in fights, and they voted Superman to beat Hulk, which to me I thought was the stupidest thing ever, because DC's heroes are a direct competition with Marvel to make all their heroes effectively gods.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's why I didn't
Superman-
like Superman because he's indestructible pretty much, isn't he?
It's the same with to an extent the Flash. It's the same to an extent with the Green Lantern, considering where he derives his power from. Woman as well, even Aquaman because of his affinity with the ocean. Man, and he's just a less, I guess, narcissistic version of Tony Stark, who would beat Batman in a fight.
Yeah, he's got more toys.
He has more toys, yeah. Sorry, Batman. I love Batman, but no, you're fucked. You couldn't even beat Captain America. Sorry. I'm gonna.
That's
That's gonna.
He's
I'm gonna
basically
tomorrow,
just
right?
a pissed off rich guy.
He's what I mean. If you follow the Iron Man movies, you kind of see that kind of pissed off version in Iron Man 3, which is kind of good. It appeared then because it was such a shit film.
It was terrible.
Oh yeah, Iron Man 2 sucked as well. It's so bad. So bad.
Felt a bit like
I
they were
don't know.
cashing in on everyone loves Robert Downey Jr.
Well, he did. I would say he did. If it wasn't for the success of Iron Man, Marvel wouldn't be where they are now.
No.
Because they did that not thinking it would be as successful as it was. It's the same with the Incredible Hulk, although it was a shame Edward Norton didn't reprise his role.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
since
that
fits
version.
in- Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Hulk film. I did when I first saw it because I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I'm like, it was bad.
I wasn't sure about Tim Roth though in the bad guy role.
Oh, as Red Hulk.
Yeah,
As Abomination, yeah.
yeah, because he was I mean Tim Roth all ripped. It was just a bit weird.
Yeah, he also only got a partial dose of the super soldier serum, which is obviously the reference to Captain America. Full dose. Hulk would win if unless he hits the shield flush. He'd win. Let's face it. But Captain America would at least heal without having to be put through whatever it was Roth got put through.
Hmm.
That looked ridiculous. And that fight was shit too.
We're going to try and watch Man of Steel today, but it's not free on any of these streaming services yet. Because we just want to see
That
how
isn't
bad
actually
it is.
okay. A lot of my friends hated it. I think it's a good film. I think it's good. I think, as far as origins go, it's a bit more down to earth, not as outlandish. The one that I think they did good with Man of Steel, they screwed up Justice and Suicide Squad. Unless you watch the extended versions of both, the extended version of Dawn of Justice is amazing, and same with the Suicide Squad.
I
and Wonder Woman was good. So
Hated everything about Suicide Squad.
I'll admit it. You're never going to get Joker right anymore because everyone loved Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but that was
bring
just
the insanity
wrong.
back.
That was wrong in so many levels. It just.
They wanted to bring back the insanity. That I can understand that.
Yeah, but they didn't have to bring him up and
it was-
tattoo his face.
Yeah, well, I thought that was pretty funny actually. What I loved, right? They put this team together, and they got the guy that can climb anything. And the first thing he tries to do is climb anything, and he has his head blown off. That was exciting.
What his name was.
That was
Who cares?
Slipknot, wasn't it?
The man can climb anything. I don't. He's wired up and got loads of ropes on him. Oh wow, he can climb anything, can he? Good for him. See your death.
Yeah, but then
I
it was
didn't get
stone
that.
girl with a baseball bat, fighting blob monsters. I think somewhere I saw someone it was exactly the same as Power Rangers.
I've seen that new Power Ranger movie. It was all right, but meh.
I kind of want to see it.
I've seen it. It's okay. Nothing special. But if they do the second one as intended, it might work. I'm kind of the only sort of film series I'm interested in them doing a third film of, and I might get flack for this, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But there's no plans for a third film, and I really want to see a third film. I have no life, okay?
I haven't seen that yet.
I liked the films. They amused me.
Mind you, we only got around to watching Chappie today, so
Chappie?
yeah.
What the hell's Chappie?
It's a Neil Blomkamp film. You know the guy who did District 9?
Oh, District 9 was so good.
Oh, go and watch Chappie then. Go and watch it.
Oh, District 9 though.
Yeah.
But
That was
Elysium
amazing.
as well. Elysium was really good as well.
was it the
Mhm,
other one,
I've heard
the
about that.
Brave one as well?
Right. Oh, just because I forgot about that. I was going to mention something about Suicide Squad. So they got the flame guy in Suicide Squad. I think doesn't that guy actually have those tattoos on his head that are actually his?
What Diablo? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So there's that guy. At least they didn't have to put much makeup on him. But also the guy that played Digger Harkness or Captain Boomerang. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Shit name.
He looked like he had Downs. Okay. But they had a version. They had a version of him on Arrow, portrayed by a guy who's in Spartacus, and I thought he was okay actually, because he didn't look anywhere near as back of the bus window lickery. And I didn't mind. Oh, what's her name? I've spazzed out. Joker's love interest. What's her name?
What, the character?
Harley Quinn?
Yeah,
Yes.
Harley Quinn. It's Margot something or
Yeah,
other, wasn't it?
Margot Robbie's portrayal. I actually thought that was okay.
Oh, I just wanted to punch her in the face every time she was on the screen.
Was it the voice? Because that was pretty damn
Yes,
annoying.
it was the voice.
I thought it might have been the voice, yeah. I remember buying that DVD when it first came out, okay? And I sat down, I was about to watch it, and my sisters had just come over and they were going home and they grabbed the DVD and get in the car and go. And I'm like, you fucking cunts! Stole my DVD, motherfuckers. Didn't get that back for like 3 weeks.
I don't know, I was just
By
so
which time I'd
disappointed because I was
actually
really excited to see it, and it was just
Mhm.
from beginning to end. It was just the Will Smith show.
It was, yeah, that
Funny enough, he
that
did
was.
save it though, didn't he? I'm not a big fan, but he did save it.
They did say if they're going to do another one, that they're going to focus on him, Devil Line's character, whatever the fuck that was, and someone else. I think she's not a Ronin. What the fuck was her name? That
Oh,
ninja
her.
with half mask. Features an arrow as well. The character features an arrow as well. Yeah, I just don't. I don't see the point in doing that. I think if you're gonna do a second Suicide Squad, do a proper Suicide Squad film. Do a proper one.
Either
Not
that or just make a Deadshot film.
yeah, do a Deadshot film, and that would make some sense, I guess. I kind of hope they don't. No offense to Will Smith, I wasn't that interested in Deadshot as a character.
I hate
I mean,
Will Smith.
they want to do a
so-
if you want to do a standalone film that might do well, and although he didn't feature enough, I do think there'd be enough interest. It might be a good idea to do a separate Joker film.
Yeah.
I know it's not a great idea because of how it might not be well received.
But you can't please everyone.
Joker is a character. Have him fuck some people over, it'd be funny. Did you see the the Lamborghini they had him drive in that film? That was gaudy.
Yeah, but the thing is, it sort of grinds me with because Joker doesn't really give a crap about anything blingy, doesn't he? He's all about setting the world on fire and things. So why are we driving a blinged out Lamborghini?
Yeah, I guess that's one of the problems with the Joker as a character. There's no real you can connect with, I guess. I just want to watch it burn. Fantastic. You like anarchy. But I'm not an anarchist. Fuck you, Joker.
I'm just trying to check. Was the Suicide Squad an 18? Or was it a 15?
Sorry?
Was
I think it was a 15.
15. That's always the
Yeah.
problem, isn't it? Yeah.
I think.
That's why they have to get the
Drugs.
those blobby creatures to kind of attack them because then they can kill them without anyone caring.
Fuck it. I can't. I've completely gone the wrong way, but never mind. Never mind. Oh, hang on. Let's just type rating. Shit. Rating.
Just
Okay,
get Rob's
movie
tomatoes.
rating. Love it when I type movie rating. I'm guessing fucking. Oh, it's 15.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. It should have been R. It should have been like whatever the highest one is. So they could have been as absolutely monstrous as possible. I want to see blood. Okay.
If you want to see some cool stuff, look at Neil Blomkamp's short films on YouTube. They're really good.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah, he's kind of said sort of screw you, Hollywood. I'm doing my own thing.
There was a fantastic for years there was talk of getting a second Punisher film, a proper one, after Thomas Jane's first one, which I quite enjoyed.
Yeah, I loved that
And
one.
he did that.
Punisher
there was
Warzone. Oh, it was awful.
It wasn't, but they did a short video, and I don't know if any of you think it's amazing, called "Dirty Laundry," and Thomas Jane sat in a laundromat, and a woman outside's about to get either raped or beaten up. He goes to a shop, buys some Jack Daniels, and then smashes it over a guy's head, and the bottle doesn't break. The blood and the broken bones. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Oh, I'll have to go and find that.
I'll link it to you. It was so
Cool.
fucking good. It really was. Dirty Laundry. I know this because I've watched it quite a few times.
I have a big soft spot for Punisher. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, this was an attempt to get them to make a new one, and I'll put it in the chat for anyone interested. By the way, stream chat as well as in our chat, not screen share, dipshit. Yeah, so that's the video. It is really good because I got Ron Perlman in there and a few other really good actors, and it's just brilliant.
Cool. I should go and watch that later.
I recommend it. It is good.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping the TV series is going to be good.
Well, they did something similar with the Power Ranger thing as well. Before the movie was announced, there was a short made, and there was an attempt to do a Dread version. Try and get okay. Try and make a second Dread film, but none of it worked, which is a shame. And obviously they've got a TV show now because Punisher went down so well in the second series of Daredevil that they're doing a Punisher season anyway, which is going to be great.
It's going to be the same guy.
Not Thomas Jane. It was the guy from The Walking Dead who was in season 2. Yeah, it was that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was quite good though.
He was, and I think he's a good. I'm not taking anything from Thomas Jane, but I think he might be a bit too old now to play the Punisher, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But I think he went down so well that he deserves it. I think it'd be great if they did a trailer release for Comic-Con, but it's been erased from the internet at the moment until they release it officially.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Someone on Emergency Awesome, I think, the channel, he describes it word for he goes through each scene for you, tells you about it, and yeah, it was pretty damn fucking good.
Oh, talking of Comic-Con, did you see the thing about Charlize Theron going all like girl power and stuff?
No.
About she's got a film coming out called Atomic Blonde, which she thinks can become a franchise and go up against and beat James Bond. It's a female-led spy movie.
The moment you said that, I lost interest.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, exactly.
You can't compete with a franchise. You can't do that. Don't be stupid. Just create something, and if it grows, it grows. Don't preempt it, and then don't shove it down our throats.
Yeah, because now I don't even want to see it.
James Bond is based off a rich history of stories. This has nothing.
There's all this stuff about because women can fight as well as men can, and
I'm sure they can. With the right training, yes, that's true. But unfortunately, brute strength sometimes just absolutely demolishes.
Being able to hit somebody over the head really, really fucking hard usually works.
Yeah, I mean, you can punch me as hard as you like in the face. It's fine. But I promise, if one comes back, it's going to hurt more. Just saying. I would never encourage it, though. Say no to violence, cute people. Omegon is a misogynist. Yes, I am indeed. And you, according to pictures on Discord, have an obsession with oral sex and Cookie Monster.
Well, that escalated quickly.
You're welcome, Laura. And you're a ship pirate.
Ooh, shots fired.
No, she really is. Instead of saying "ya," you know what she says?
What?
Wee.
What the fuck is that shit?
I know, right? I know, it's triggering.
It hurts my face.
So what's been going on in the world of everyone else?
I mentioned last time I went to that festival, the Amplified Festival, up in the Cotswolds. I lasted one night, but well, yeah. I mean, did you see the rain on Friday night? It was bad, and it was terrible.
Oh, we didn't have it much here.
It was terrible in the Cotswolds. I mean, it was like somebody dropping buckets of water onto the tent. And I guess I'm just too old for this shit, If it was a nice day and it was a pleasant evening, I might have been hack it, but but between it being A, badly organised, and B, the weather being shit, I decided that that was it, and I went out the next day.
Even if you went to like Glastonbury, Glastonbury is like the middle class version of a decent festival. So if you go there with a tent, you're still not going to be able to use a bathroom. You're still going to get rained on. You're still going to get messy, and you're going to be surrounded by twats.
Yeah, I mean, it's partly on my own fault. I didn't really think about bringing wet weather clothing because it is July.
Yeah, I know that.
I should have known. But the fact that most of the stages were closed as well. Friday.
Loads of the bands pulled out as well.
Got cancelled.
Really?
I'm not entirely sure. It's sort of mixed bag of stuff. Some people did turn up, some didn't. It was a bit miserable, and I was just like, what? I could be doing far better things than this today.
I could be sat indoors, drinking myself into a coma.
Indeed. So
with the radio on,
I felt bad because I think from the guy, the guy's got the best intentions, but I think he maybe should have started a bit more low key instead of doing like a 3-day event. He should have done like a 2-day event or maybe even day event, just to build it up as opposed to sort of going big bang and apparently selling his house to pay for it. It was just like that's a bit extreme, and
I hope it paid off.
I don't think it did. From what I've heard, it didn't. The gamble didn't work. But if you go look at the lineup, it was a ridiculous amount of bands, which in theory is really cool. But maybe
there weren't enough names for a big enough crowd.
Puddle of Mud, Reef, and Phil something in the Bastard Sons, which is apparently Motorhead.
Oh yeah, you mentioned Puddle of Mud. I remember those. They're pretty successful. Let's face it.
Yeah, but 10 years ago, so it's only got so much appeal. I felt bad. I wanted it to be a success, but ultimately I think it failed. So that was my weekend. Well, part of my weekend.
You're home by Saturday.
Yeah, I was home by Saturday evening. So I came back. I was like, my trousers are soaked, my shoes are soaked, everything's soaked. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing this camping malarkey
I'm gonna go be grumpy. I'm gonna soak in the bath. Now where are my bath bombs?
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting to that stage. Give me my flippers. I'm so metal.
I'm so wet. I think I got fucking gills. I evolved mid-festival.
No, I've never been one. I went to like Glastonbury in '97, and that was I got pissed down on, and I got home afterwards. Similar situation. I got home on the Saturday again, but my tent was ruined. I couldn't stay there, and I got home and you watch the videos. You see all these people laughing and joking in the rain, having a great time, sloshing around in the mud. It's not like that when you're actually at Ground Zero. You have to be really pissed.
I've been to Reading, Download, and Sonosphere, and they're far different. From what I watched Glastonbury, and it looks very boring. But being at those festivals was a lot more exciting.
Yeah, we went to Sonosphere.
The music was just so good, though.
I remember in '97 being really pissed off that I couldn't get into the tent where Rolf Harris was playing.
They don't regret that now, then?
Oh, no, that's all right now. I'm okay.
Yeah. It's okay now. I don't feel so bad. I'd be really pissed off if like my one claim to fame is a selfie with some pedo and a didgeridoo.
Singing Jake the Peg.
Actually, saying that, I did when I went to Sonic. It might have been Download. Lost Prophets were headlining a day. I think it might have been Reading or Download. And I was right at the front of that gig, and I was really happy and I enjoyed it. Then I was really annoyed because fucking Ian Watkins cannot sing live. He just can't sing live. For the high notes or the harder notes, power chords, I guess you might call them with his vocal range, maybe. He doesn't. He just gives it to the audience to do instead.
That's just lazy.
It is. It's so fucking lazy. Actually, I've noticed a few bands do that when there are higher notes or, well, I might as well just say power chords that get hit during the chorus. They will just hand it over instead. I've seen Black Veil Brides do it a lot because they sing has a very gravelly voice.
Yeah.
To use that voice, it's going to wear out really quickly.
Yeah.
So he must have to rely on the audience participation a lot. Andy Biersack.
I don't know why people don't mention the fact that Rolf Harris did a song called Two Little Boys.
Honestly, I can only remember one.
It's not the.
I can remember one song.
Jake the Peg one, is it?
Tie the Kangaroo Down. I don't know the name of the actual song though.
Wasn't it just Tie Me Kangaroo Down?
That's it. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. Fuck it. I don't care.
It's not that important in the grand scheme of things.
Isn't he coming out of prison soon, or is he already out? Because I know he was already in his 80s when he went to prison, and obviously it wasn't. Okay, so to be clear, he's not technically not a paedophile. Technically, he was. It was. Oh no! Fuck it. I'll find it.
There was
guilty of indecent assault.
Yeah, there was something because there was like a retrial or something, wasn't there? Fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
I have a funny feeling he might have been released after that.
Right. He was acquitted of some other charges that were added. And he was released on 19th of May. So he's actually at home. Yeah. He's a wealthy man. He's in his late 80s. He may as well just live out the remainder of his years quietly. Let's find out. I'm curious. He has $9.5 million fortune. So yeah, he can easily live the rest of his life quite happily.
Wasn't a lot of that made from being an artist?
Hang on, no. estimated net worth of 145 million. Jesus Christ, he must have like siphoned money elsewhere or lost a load. It's amazing, really, because must be a property thing. Doesn't matter. He yeah. He did good during his career, I guess, but a shame he did what he did to wreck it. He's one of the ones I thought, oh, he'll have a nice legacy. No one will think of him as Jimmy Savile. And Savile, oh wow. I remember watching the Theroux documentary and watching so I don't know what it is. I was never perturbed by Savile. I always liked all the charity work he did. So I didn't really see what everyone else saw.
Oh, there was something a bit creepy about him.
I knew he was a bit obsessed with his mother. But that was about it. But then hearing all the stories and everything else and all the evidence, holy fuck. He may think he's gone out a legend, but he's just gone out the one guy that should have gone to prison that didn't.
Well, we've still got Gary Glitter. He's not dead yet.
Oh yeah! Wow, he's terrible, isn't he?
Yep.
He got caught with all those images on his computer. He did prison. He went to Vietnam. Almost got executed. Yeah, that guy's got problems.
Terrible, terrible man.
He wasn't even that good as a glam rocker.
No.
He was terrible.
Have you heard of this Heart's Progress thing?
One song.
The Heart's Progress.
Heart Progress.
Yeah, terrible, terrible people.
Yeah, I've got a few of their videos downloaded because they might, if they go missing, I'll be like, I've got them, motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus. So what is the world coming to? I mean...
Yeah, I was going to do a video on some of their crap, but then I realized I was more interested in a Tony Blair video that was really funny. When he's talking about sorry, one of the dogs barked next to me. He's talking about Brexit, Corbyn, May, and social media, and it's like, how long is this video?
I saw something about that actually. Yeah.
The video's like 24 minutes. Oh shit! Fucking. I don't want to get a copyright strike. The video's like 24 minutes long, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh wow, he's aged.
Yeah.
His eyes. Those eyes are the eyes of a man who's dying, and it made me so happy. Considering what he's done, I'm glad he's one day closer.
Yeah, he's not aged well, has he?
No, he really hasn't. He left office, and then he just aged. Yeah. Maybe it's like the whole thing, because you keep busy, your body's active, even though you're really stressed and you probably drink a lot. You know, he's probably like slowed down, and his body's just caught up with him a bit. Oh well, what a shame. Gordon Brown, you're next.
Have you seen Barack Obama though? Yeah, he's not aged well either. If you look at the beginning of his 8-year. Yeah.
Oh, they got pictures of all the presidents that go through that, and even the single-term presidents, they age a lot in those 8 years, but they don't sleep much, do they?
It's got to be a stressful job.
Well, that's not a surprise, especially if you're also one of those presidents that wants a big government. Yeah, you're pretty stressful. You're going to be more stressed. Small government. It'll always be small government. Fuck big governments. And let's just make it a focal point. My next
2020, yeah.
My next campaign, I might do a genocide to all the Geordies. Or just no one else in the country pays tax except Geordies. We'll have a Geordie for a day slave. Slave day, sorry. And this is just to piss Laura Bones in the chat. I'm just Geordie, just pissing her off. And a day when we could take the Newcastle football team and Sunderland and smack them around the face because reasons. Just put them in the gallows and is it gallows? Stocks. Yes.
Stocks.
Gallows.
Yeah.
No, not gallows. Smack them around the face.
Rotten vegetables at them.
Oh no, I want these vegetables to be to the point where they're still rock hard. I want to see blood. Wahahaha. Yes. All about that violence. And also destroy any and all Xbox One owners
Any particular reason?
in Newcastle. In Newcastle,
Okay.
Laura owns an Xbox One. It's fine. Was it Xbox 360? Burn those two and the Xbox. Fuck Xbox. Console peasants. So what else has been going on? Anything interesting for anyone?
I finished the first weekend of the show I'm performing for.
Oh yeah, because that's why you weren't available last week.
Yeah, because it was Hell Week last week.
Yeah, you did didn't you put a picture up of some shit that went down?
Yes, there was a leak in the roof.
Useful.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of rain around here. It's almost like rain in England.
You like
Then
lovely
again, it
fluids.
hasn't been nearly as ungodly hot.
They're not damages, they're features. They're a water feature in the house.
Yeah, so, and then I have another 5 shows this week.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah, it's something to do. Other than that, absolutely nothing.
Being a bigot on the internet's a lot easier.
Other than that, just reading through stories and smacking my head into a brick wall.
Well, you probably don't want to do that because you might find you've been reading the same page for several hours. Not that I've ever done that before, but it might happen to you. I found something interesting today. I went outside to feed the rabbits, and I noticed one of them sat in the same spot, waiting for me to put the food in. I was like, go eat your food then, rabbit. Has a name, I just can't remember. The rabbit did move. The rabbit has managed to successfully pee through a metal base and create a hole. That fucking rabbit was trying to escape.
That's
That
quite
motherfucker.
impressive.
It's impressive. It's annoying that rabbit hutches are very flimsy. I could reinforce it, but it wouldn't matter because the metal they use is so thin anyway. I had to move the rabbit into a different hutch that we had spare, but it's plastic, and I can't keep that rabbit in there too long because if the sun shines on it, then we're going to have a cooked rabbit.
That would be bad.
I'd have to bring them all indoors to protect them. Last night, I noticed slugs creeping their way towards one of the other hutches because the copper tape around the base is worn out. Its effects are worn off. So I couldn't be bothered to go and wrap new tape around it. So I just got the tub of slug pellets and just poured it all over the path. But I had to spend about an hour stopping the retard dogs from eating it because it'll kill them. They're all saw it and they're like, sniff, sniff, sniff. Oh, it's sticking to my nose. It's stuck to my nose. I must eat it now. Come to me, fucking get it off your fucking nose, you retard.
Yeah, that sounds like dog logic.
It really is. I said I've built a little fence around the area, but they're now making it a point to find a gap in that little area to get in. And then they see me because I've seen them, and they're like, "Oh no, he might not see us." And I'm just like, I just grab a piece of furniture. I'm gonna fucking throw this at you, you stupid shit. I have to sit up with these idiots until they throw up now.
Oh, that's not fun.
They're not even my dogs. Well, they're going to throw up at some point. It's not because not because I'm like making them throw up. It's because that's what's going to happen. Make it an electric fence. If I had the money for an electric fence, my problems would be solved. I'd be so happy. Just saying. Yeah.
That hard to rig up an electric fence, though.
Sorry?
It couldn't be that difficult to rig up an electric fence, though.
Yeah, chicken
sure it
wire
wouldn't
and a car battery.
Well, there is a neighbour is trying to sell their car, but they've parked it on our drive temporarily. I would take the car battery out of that and use that instead. But I think these dogs are just about stupid enough that they would keep walking into it. Like they'll see it and be like, nose touches, zap. Oh no, ow, that hurt. There's a fence though. Oh no, it hurts, and they'll keep doing it. They are
That's
really
just most
special.
dogs, isn't it?
Yeah, but these 5 are special because you'll tell one off, tell one of them not to do something, and then one of the others will do it instead. And you'll get through all 5 of them, and then the first one you told off will try and do it again.
That must get frustrating, though.
One of them refuses to sit down, and before I let them out, I make them all sit down. He refuses and then tries to bolt when one of the other dogs has been let out. He keeps doing it, but he will not go. I will not let him out until he sits down, which he eventually does when everyone else has come in, when he's missed out on all the fun, and he no longer wants to go outside, but needs to go outside because he's desperate for the toilet. He is such a little bitch. He's looking at me as well. He knows I'm talking about him. Get fucked, Tom. And Laura, these dogs aren't my dogs, Laura. They're my sister's. But I feed them, I let them out. And I'm pretty firm with them. You know, one of them tried to bite a fox the other night, so I shot him with a Nerf gun. See? Firm but fair. It's a cracking shot too. I think it swerved a little. I should get that Nerf dart back. It's quite far away. And to be fair, the only reason I stopped him was because I thought the fox would have killed him. And no, you can't type you're a retard, that's why. So, does anyone have any plans for the week?
Nah.
No,
Besides just 5 more shows.
Christ, you're all so exciting.
I know.
Very boring.
Yeah, you're all like me. I kind of had shit to do, and no, I was going to record tonight, but I'm too tired now. I would record tomorrow, but
You're always tired.
yeah, I just am.
Is it hot over there again?
Cool today, so I'll get a good night's sleep. But I'll probably wake up with a migraine tomorrow because that's sod's law. I'm streaming with Poisoning the Well and Mim tomorrow, so I won't be able to record tomorrow. Because the only time of day I can record is in the evenings. I might be able to record on Wednesday, maybe, and not Thursday because reasons. Who knows? I might get some stuff done. Who knows? I just want to bash Jeremy Corbyn. Is it too much to ask? I've got. I went through yesterday. I was doing this. I was sort of planning out videos, and I've got a ridiculous number of sources for this video on Corbyn. An interview where he or implies certain things that enticed a particular demographic of voters, and then has to backtrack because the language he used was far too open. But his manifesto is what saves him, because at no point in that manifesto does it say he was going to do anything that he said in interviews. It's just it
sounds like a standard politician, though.
Yeah, he said things in interviews that implied a certain thing, but he didn't actually. It wasn't in the manifesto, so it wasn't. It was just, yeah. I could totally do this. Yes, my manifesto doesn't say it, but I'll do it. Don't worry, I'll do it. I'll make it happen for you. Yeah, vote for me is a vote for the death of the West. I love that the interview of all places in one of those shitty little indie magazines, NME. Oh, terrible. They really have gone downhill when they've got a politician in the magazine.
Yes, it's not good. It's not the kind of thing you want in like a musical magazine.
Well, I went on their website to find the article yesterday, and the biggest thing on their website was, "Oh, look what's happened to the singer of the Arctic Monkeys. He has a beard now and is totally different." I don't care.
Really, that's news,
Make
is it?
music. Make more music. And everyone liked your last album. Why'd you take so long? Seriously, you've done 5 albums. Make another. Maybe make something a bit more upbeat and not so 70s. I'm not really a fan of that style of music, to be honest.
I don't mind some of it.
I really enjoyed Brian Storm. I really enjoy that song, and that style of the music really appeals to me. I do not such a fan of was it something lightning, crying lightning, whatever it's called.
Something like that.
Yeah, that kind of music doesn't appeal to me. It's too meh. Maybe
Most of their stuff to me is it's all very kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with it, because it just doesn't work for me with his vocal style as well.
Yeah, part of me feels like just stick with what you're good at doing.
And not even joking, right? I just typed Arctic Monkeys into Google, and the first thing is the article, Alex Turner has a beard now, from NME.com. Seriously. You absolutely suck. I just want you to know that. Enemy.
Beards are popular at the moment, apparently.
Nothing wrong with a beard, but at the same time. Also, interestingly, okay, so with the Arctic Monkeys, they released their 5th album, and it's the first one that truly cracked America. And what do they do afterwards? They go on a break. Are you kidding me? You've just cracked the biggest market on the planet, and you decide to fuck off. You pounce on that shit, and you make another record.
It's kind of like, well, take the chance and make the money when you can make it.
Yeah, I mean, I know they've done 5 really successful albums, but still, I would have pounced on that like a motherfucker. But pay me now. Give me my moolah. I'm selfish like that.
I don't know, a lot of bands seem to be taking longer and longer between albums, though. Really frustrating, because you used to get 1 album a year, and that was practically guaranteed.
1 album every other year is sort of what I always consider to be fairly routine. There's bands like 30 Seconds to Mars. They take like 3 to 4 years. Metallica are probably taking a really massive gap. They did, was it 5-6 years between Saint Anger and Death Magnetic?
Yeah.
Then there was like 8 years between Death Magnetic and whatever the newest one's called.
The thing is, they can afford to take a break for that long.
And they just got like a residency in Vegas now, which they just do. And
yeah, okay, so it was 8 years between Death Magnetic and Hardwired to Self-Destruct.
I did try. It didn't do it for me.
I think Slipknot are just as bad as well, to be honest. They took a long. Oh, let me find it. Actually, I'll pull it up. So yeah, okay. So between Versus and All Hope Is Gone, it was 4 years, and then 6 years between that and the Grey Chapter. Granted, the bass player offed himself, which we must all feel incredibly sorry for. That someone committed suicide.
Because I mean, he was doing like all the Stone Sour stuff as well, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Stone Sour's still going, and they're still producing music. Oh yeah. James Root, the guitarist for Slipknot and Stone Sour, well, he was for Stone Sour. He's out of Stone Sour. He left after the 4th or 5th album. Because I quite like Stone Sour. I like the melody stuff. And they did some comics around the time of House of Golden Bones, and yeah, that was when he left after those. Audio Secrecy also was a really good album. Their 3rd album. Yeah,
I have to be in the right mood to listen to stuff like that, though.
Oh yeah, they're still going Stone Sour. They released a new album this year. Actually, they released it last month called Hydrograd.
I might have to go and give that a listen.
I might do as well, if I can be bothered.
Too much effort.
It does involve effort. I did enjoy House of Golden Bones, both parts. I think they did a 4-part comic book miniseries for it, and I really enjoyed that too.
I didn't realise that.
When bands do concept albums and put comics in it, it really gets me.
Yeah, but some of them have been terrible. Look at the Alice Cooper, like "Welcome to My Nightmare" thing.
I try not to think too much about that. I mean, like Coheed and Cambria have done that with all but one of their albums. Within Temptation did it with The Unforgiving. That was
Oh, I hate them.
may hate them. The comic though was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I have real issues with Within Temptation.
Why? What's wrong?
Oh,
Are you just
it's
jelly?
no, it just sounds so wrong to me. I can't help it.
Every Dutch person I've ever spoken to has spoken sort of like down about them, but I don't mind them. I actually think the music's pretty good. Not a huge fan of Nightwish.
No, I hate them as well.
Their original singer looks like a skeleton.
Yeah.
There are cheekbones that should never be that sharp. He polishes those things to make them sharper. It's disturbing. Oh, excuse me. I need to find something. What am I doing? Oh yeah. What was it? Oh fuck it. Comic stuff. Oh, there were other bands that do it as well. I think Gerard Way wanted to do it with My Chemical Romance, but it never happened. He ended up creating his own comics separate from it, which were really good. I read.
I think comics would have worked quite well with the whole My Chemical Romance thing.
Yeah, why not draw people committing suicide rather than making songs that make people want to commit suicide? I'm just saying. I'm all for encouraging and helping, but seriously.
Didn't Blink 182 sort of start going down that way just later in their careers? Some of their songs were really depressing.
Mm-hmm. Their first album was, yeah.
Joe, what was the what was they called? Muse's original name again?
Oh, they were originally called Gothic Plague.
Who?
Muse.
Oh, Muse.
Yeah.
Gothic Plague, you out of your mind?
Seriously, that was their original name.
Oh, I'm so glad they changed that.
Yeah, I think the whole world is glad that they changed it.
Imagine that. Knights of Sidonia sung by Gothic Plague. Oh my god. That would have been embarrassing. The first band to play at Wembley, the new one, Gothic Plague. Although technically they weren't the first band to play there. It's actually George Michael.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realise that. Yes. I think I've run out of things to talk about. This is weird. Usually I have lots to talk about.
Oh, there was something about all the feminists falling over Andy Murray. There was some reporter interviewed Andy Murray, and he made a mistake about saying it was the first American tennis player to do something or other.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, and he kind of corrected and went, "Oh, actually, you've forgotten about the Williams sisters." And all the feminists are like, "Oh, we love you, Andy Murray."
Well, like the thing that people don't understand about that is that it was in the context of the first American to get to the male or the men's part of it. That was the context of the question. But people are too quick to be little pissy bitches.
Because of the sounds emitted from Serena and Venus's mouths, I've always called them the Williams brothers. When someone grunts, and by grunting they properly they may as well just do some proper aggression vocals, like they hit the ball, go. I would rather hear that sound that comes out of Serena's mouth. But since she's now pregnant, I can assume she's no longer identifying as a man. Honestly. Did he really say? Oh, I need to fuck it. Now I've got to find that.
Yeah, it was cringy.
Yeah.
Especially considering that the Williams sisters got beaten by a lower ranking man.
But they did it to Ryan Reynolds as well. When he said, "Oh, My wife's had the kid. I'm happy to change the diapers and get up in the night. And they're like, oh, aren't you such a modern man?
Wasn't he dating Kaylee Cuoco or married to or something?
No.
Not familiar. That sounds like a
No, he wasn't. Not Ryan
no,
Reynolds.
Ryan Sweeting. It was like that would be a good reason to divorce somebody who talks like that. Or who decides that they're gonna virtue signal like a dumb cunt.
That's amazing. I would love to. I know that it might have been McEnroe. He got in a bit of trouble when he mentioned that. Oh no, it was another tennis player, possibly retired or current.
No, it was. It was McEnroe.
McEnroe that said it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. I was thinking about that. It must have been Andy Murray. No, it was. I remember it. McEnroe. People are getting offended about it. He's not wrong. So what are you getting offended about?
I know. Well, there's that film coming out, isn't there? It's set in the 70s about, I can't remember which tennis player it was, saying that no woman could be a male tennis player.
It's probably Virginia. Virginia something.
Virginia Wade.
Yeah, probably her. I don't care whether a woman can beat a man. It's just not enough. If one woman does manage to beat one man, it's not indicative, or it's not a good enough reason to put both together. I still don't agree that women should be paid the same in the finals because they play only 3 sets, whereas men play 5. I don't agree with that at all. Women also statistically earn more from sponsorship than men. You can take Roger Federer out of that equation because he is a Goliath in tennis.
Yeah.
He is an entity unto himself. He is the franchise. His late 30s and he's still winning Grand Slams.
Oh, here we go. The film's called Battle of the Sexes.
Oh,
It's the
God.
truth
That's going to be a smash hit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the true story of the 1973 tennis match between world number 1 Billie Jean King and ex-champ
Billie Jean, yeah.
and serial hustler Bobby Riggs.
If they really wanted, I don't know if he was a part of her time, but if they really wanted to put 2 number 1s together beyond Borg, that would have been the perfect one to demolish her, and his flair would have absolutely outclassed her. I'm not trying to denigrate women's tennis, but at the same time, it is not on the same level.
No.
There are two that's the reason we separate them. That's why we separate women and men's sports. You can see an obvious difference stylistically. I'm not saying women can't adapt, but at the same time, there's no way you'd be able to play over 5 sets and retain the level of power the majority of guys could retain to keep playing at that rate.
No.
That's why girls, for the most part, played with both hands on the racket a lot. It's just not feasible to take your hand off.
And unfortunately, women's sport just isn't as popular as men's. Look at the difference over here between women's football and men's football.
Yeah, it's like
the majority are not.
The Australian football team that got beaten by 15-year-olds.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I used to play football a lot when I was a kid, and there was one girl who played with us, and a lot of the guys weren't comfortable with it, but she had skill. She was good. She was always, she had a can-do attitude. In fact, she still plays to this day. It's like, I think she's nearly mid to late 20s now, and she plays for a team, which is great. She's doing what she always wanted to do. She's one of only very few people though that could actually run rings around some decent guys, but the top tier, she knows that. She's not stupid enough to think for a second she'd ever be, good enough to roll with top tier guy players, and that's not a shot at her. She said that herself.
I think people refuse to understand
Why?
Or even acknowledge there are physiological differences between men and women.
Yeah. And more that the fact that it's the feminists that are pushing the agenda that male traits are better than female traits.
Someone just sent me a picture on Twitter. Okay, so one's an article that says a A Swansea student pleads guilty to a racially aggravated public order offence to incite violence and will spend up to 56 days behind bars. 1-year-old's message initially on Twitter was posted just moments after Mwamba had collapsed. Student's name caused widespread revulsion by reacting to Mwamba's mid-game collapse. I remember who that was. He had a heart attack, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then the article next to it is a gang of Muslim women who attack a passerby in city centre walked free from court after a judge heard they were not used to being drunk because of their religion.
Yeah, I remember reading this shit in.
It has UK, yes. This happens in the United Kingdom. That is 100% accurate.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's our country, though.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
at
on
least
the
you guys
subject
are doing
of-
the smart thing and leaving the EU.
Yeah. Well, okay. So on the subject of sport, quickly, there are instances where women have been injected into men's sports, and one sport I genuinely believed that women would be competitive in was snooker. There was the women's world champion was introduced to the male circuit. She's nowhere to be seen because even though it's a sport I genuinely believed was somewhat evenly footed, to be honest, it's not. I didn't believe there was enough of a gender disparity of any kind. But it turns out I was wrong. There is no woman on that circuit, which is a shame. So there are plenty of sports out there where women do well. Tennis is a perfect example.
Yeah.
And even to an lesser extent, golf. There's a lot of money in golf, to be fair, though.
True.
Well, sports like golf or bowling, you're not competing against other people directly. You're more or less competing against yourself.
There isn't. I don't know if there is much money in sports. I know that the UK is currently going through this phase where we have a couple female boxers, and that's the same in the UK. And we're trying to push them. Nicola Adams being one. There's one by Matchroom Boxing name, but they're pushing these, and Clarissa Shields in the US. There haven't been decent women's boxers anyway. For God's sake, Layla Ali, the sort of daughter of Muhammad Ali, was a boxer. She was the undisputed welterweight champ. We've got, what's her name? Fucking hell, I can see her face. Doesn't matter. Okay, so there's middleweight champion Christina Hammer. You've got Ava Knight, Mariana Juarez. There are actually decent. Oh, Cecilia Breakers. Yes, there are actually decent women's boxers already exist, but ignored for so damn long. So,
But yeah, because women aren't supposed to punch and fight and stuff.
I actually don't mind watching it because the fights are competitive. They don't hit anywhere near as hard.
But it's good to watch though.
It's boxing. I like boxing. I just this whole idea of like pushing an envelope. Oh, you've got not an envelope. You're trying to encourage more people to get involved in a sport when there were already people here trying to do this for years. You've only taken interest because of one person that you can connect with through nationality.
Yeah, it does seem a bit like that.
By the way, globalization would end that. I don't understand. Beach volleyball, the women will wipe the floor with men. I'll have to take your word for it. I've never watched volleyball. Is this true, Andrew?
The
women would wipe the floor with men at beach volleyball.
I think they'd be a bit distracted.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Well, I've got to go because I have bowling this evening.
That's okay. I think I might end this now because of reasons.
Yes.
And also
winding down.
I thought it was about 10 minutes ago, and then the sports thing came up. That was interesting.
Women's can sports too. Sometimes.
Sports save the day.
So,
okay.
Have a good night, Saul.
No.
See ya.
Yeah.